Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone, passion for excellence, and by Dow Automotive Systems, innovations for clean powertrain solutions.
This is Autoline Daily for March 10th, 2011. And now the news. And in a bombshell of an announcement this morning, General Motors said that its chief financial officer, Chris Liddell, is leaving the company. Liddell, 52 years old, was recruited away from Microsoft only 1 year ago, and GM had strongly hinted that he might become CEO of the corporation at some point. Liddell helped lead the company through its IPO and was credited with straightening out GM's finance staff. He'll be replaced by a guy named Dan Amman, who's only 38 years old. Prior to coming to GM, he was at Morgan Stanley. Here's my Autoline insight. Liddell clearly made the move to GM to get a shot at becoming CEO. The fact that he's leaving tells me he figured he wasn't going to get that job. This espionage case at Renault just keeps getting more and more fun to watch as it unfolds. Now the Wall Street Journal reports Renault is going to exonerate and rehire the 3 executives that it fired, the ones that it accused of selling electric car secrets to the Chinese. Even more importantly, the Journal says this is probably going to lead to a management shakeup at Renault. Turns out Renault paid 250,000 euros, or about $348,000, to a middleman for information on this espionage case. Now, Renault can't find the middleman or the money. A week ago, Renault's chief operating officer, Patrick Pallotta, said he'd accept the responsibility if this all turned out to be a hoax. Now here's something you never hear. The Detroit News reports at least one industry analyst is telling people to forget about the price of gasoline when purchasing a vehicle. What? Why? This is practically the complete opposite of what most experts say. Well, it's all got to do with the cost of oil, which fluctuates constantly, both up and down. Sure, there's definitely an upward trend, but the price can spike dramatically in the short term and then flatten out again over time. If you purchase a car when fuel prices spike, you could end up with something that's too small or doesn't meet your needs. Remember, a vehicle's a relatively long-term commitment. You don't want to get stuck with something you hate because you were overly worried about the cost of fuel. Well, what did I tell you yesterday? New vehicle sales are hitting record levels in India, and here's more proof it's turning into an important market. Ferrari is going to start selling cars there this spring. What's interesting is I didn't know they weren't there already. Porsche as well predicts it's going to have a record year in India. According to Wards, the German sports car builder projects its sales will top 500 units this year. Yeah, that's a pretty small number, but it's 4 times more than what the company did last year. Finally, Volvo launched its new S60 in the country today. The Journal reports the car will start at 2.7 million rupees, which is about $60,000. Bring your checkbook for any of these cars because the Indian federal government levies a 100% tax on any car that's imported there. 2 separate auto safety bills were introduced in the U.S. Senate yesterday. According to the Detroit News, one bill's aimed at preventing drunk driving and would authorize $12 million annually for 5 years to study the feasibility and challenges of installing technology in vehicles that prevents drunk driving. The other bill sets national standards for graduated driver's licenses. It would prevent drivers under 18 from driving unsupervised at night and from using cell phones. States that do not adopt the rules would lose federal funding for highways. Better Place opened its first service center in Denmark along with its partner, Renault. Better Place is a California company that lets drivers lease electric vehicles, but the unique thing is their EVs have removable batteries, so drivers can replace them in less than 5 minutes. The first car available is the Renault Fluence ZE. Drivers who travel less than 20,000 kilometers will pay a monthly fee between $275 and $344. Drivers who travel more than double that are going to pay $550 a month. Customers also have to pay a one-time fee of about $1,800 to install a charger at home. Every subscription includes unlimited access to Better Place's charging spots and their battery switching stations. They used to call it the Chrysler Sebring. You know what they call it now, and that is coming up next.
Introducing Bridgestone's third generation of run-flat tires with groundbreaking new Bridgestone technologies. Bridgestone run-flat tires offer improved ride comfort, lower rolling resistance, and improved wear while giving you the peace of mind and comfort you need.
The new Chrysler 200 is getting a lot of attention. Some of it good, some of it not so good. We asked Brandon Ferrote of Chrysler Design to walk us around the convertible version of the car and point out the highlights.
Hi, I'm Brandon Ferrote, head of Chrysler Brand Design, and today I'll take you through the design of the new 200 convertible. We've done a new A-pillar forward from the back of the hood forward, new grille with the new Chrysler wing that you see here, very modern, clean look, also with the sculpted grille blades that you see here. Done a new headlamp shape, very expressive shape, high beam, low beam projector on the outboard side, with a light pipe on the inboard side for positioning with a park turn down below. A lot of the bright elements, the sculptural elements in the grille, we've reflected down into the lower front fascia with the projector fog lamp. Done a new fender here as well that ties the hood to the headlamp. And on the side of the vehicle, we've done a new wheel, an 18-inch wheel with a polished face and a painted pocket with the bright center cap that you see there with the new wing. Also done a new side view mirror that is reminiscent of the new 300 mirror as well. On the back of the car, we've done a new deck lid. One of the key aspects of the deck lid is the wing featured prominently above bright element that ties into the backup function of the tail lamp. We have an LED tail lamp with a signature C shape in the rear. Again, done an expressive tail lamp shape here as well. A lot of the sculptural elements that you see in the front fascia, we've emulated that in the rear as well. And we finished with the dual exhaust tips on the lower fascia. As far as the interior of the car goes, the interior is all new. Done a new instrument panel that's one-piece instrument panel, soft materials. Done a new Chrysler steering wheel that you see there with the functions on the front face. A new cluster as well with the 3 gauges. The instrument panel design flows into a very expressive door panel design that you see. Again, the center stack wraps up from the center console into the IP. A lot of attention to detail with the piano black around the radio, ties into the Chrysler clock, which is new, and emulates the shape of the exterior grille. And overall, one of the key aspects on this interior was to really get all of the areas that should be soft, and really pay special attention to where the customer really wants all of those details. So with that, I appreciate the time to describe the interior of the 200 to you.
It's interesting to see how much detail is actually in the design of the car, and I particularly like the way the new instrument panel looks with that clock and the instrument gauge cluster. Hey, don't forget to tune in to Autoline After Hours tonight. Our guest will be Fireball Tim, a car designer in Hollywood who designed some of the wildest looking cars in the movie industry. Join me and the auto extremist Peter DeLorenzo tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for Autoline After Hours. And that's today's report on the top news in the global automotive industry. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.